Okay, here we are, ready for another ski area review. Today I'm going to talk about Banff Sunshine. So if you have an Icon Pass, you have access to, in this immediate area, three mountains. They call it the Big Three. There's Banff, Mountain Norquay, and Lake Louise. So you got those three. Banff Sunshine is one of them. So today I'm going to talk about Banff Sunshine. Looking at the map, we're an hour and 29 minutes from Calgary. Beautiful drive over there. Usually what I do is I'll arrive and all the trips I generally arrive at night and then I stay at a hotel. Like I stayed at a hotel right next to the airport. If you're an airplane fan, I had this view of the runway. It was amazing. So I was able to watch planes. I mean, that's again, I'm an airplane fanatic. And then the next morning we drove up, my son and I drove up to Banff Sunshine, but we were staying in Canmore right over here, which I actually enjoyed a lot. Uh, Next time, I think we're going to be staying in Banff proper. But anyway, this is a beautiful drive, lots of wildlife. Interesting that the Indigenous people or First Nations people, as they're referred to in Canada, they just like walk along the highway. I mean, it's their land, right? So they treat it as such with a lot of respect, but they also, just tend to walk around. It's just the way they do it. Beautiful drive. It has a lot of wildlife. It has also these bridges made for wildlife. It's just an enormously beautiful experience. Very, very, very pretty. A point of note, if you're going to any of these areas, let me see, I have a whole bunch of stuff here. You must purchase one of these park passes, purchase a national park pass. So if you just go and you forget to do that, you'll get a warning that you can get a really nasty ticket. I can't remember the amount. It probably says it somewhere here, but I thought it said $10,000 if I didn't do it. It was some crazy amount. And this is Canadian dollars, it's not US dollars. So it looks like there's two different options. One is a Discovery Pass that covers national parks within Canada for a year. And then if you're just going to ski for a few days, like last time I was there, we were there for 5 days. So I just did the best value class. So let's look at some possible dates. I'm not going there these days. I'm just throwing the dates in to see how much it costs. So I had two adults and I put in 128 to January 31st. So it's 3 days. It was 73.50. Again, it's Canadian dollars. So it's like you're going at a discount whenever you travel over there. So here's today's latest exchange. So you have one US dollar is worth 1.37 Canadian dollars. So you're always getting a discount when you buy anything there. Just don't forget that. Like if you filling up a tank of gas, it's like, oh wow, no, it's $80, but then oh, I got a discount, right? To a certain if you're a US traveler, right? And then depending on what country you're coming from. All right, so let's get rid of that window and let's go to so we did this one. We did the conversion. Let's go to we did the park. You need a park pass. Now let's go to Banff itself. Yes, we'll get to all that soon. Let's go over here. Yes. So there's several different mountains when you go to Banff, and this is Mount Standish. Here's the main village. When you arrive at Banff, you'll take a gondola. It depends where you're at. You could be staying here at this Sunshine Mountain Lodge. I personally, even though that sounds like it would be fun, I personally wouldn't stay there. I'd rather stay in Banff or Canmore, a little town where I have more access to stuff. Sometimes when you stay in these ski towns, they're just like they may be well equipped for visitors who just want to, eat in restaurants and stuff all day. But if you're just somebody who wants to do your own shopping, a lot of times these places are not well equipped, right? They're not well equipped for that. So I prefer to stay in a town where I can do my own shopping, etc. So, but anyway, there's a lodging here. You arrive at the bottom, large parking lot, walk to the base. You could take a gondola up. It's recommended that you change either in a car or at the base. There's a little area, some areas where you can change and leave stuff. I didn't have any problem doing that at all. So that's exactly what I did there. Then we took the gondola. It's a long gondola ride. I mean, I remember something happened. I forgot what it was. Maybe forgetting poles, or on our way down, we forgot my son's skis. So I had to go back to the mid lodge to pick him up. Anyway, the middle of the gondola. I'll show you where the gondola is in a little bit. It would take a while to go up there. It's no easy ride. It's a long gondola ride up here. But once you're there, you've got access to so many different areas. So here, this is the Standish Mountain. You got one of the things I like is that you have access to these long green trails going down. So you don't have it doesn't so what that does is it doesn't isolate people who are not really good skiers or somebody who's brand new to big mountains. You may feel uncomfortable being in some of these large mountains and you want to have some, time to acclimate to it. But there's this Wawa quad for those Pennsylvanians who like Wawa. It's not named after Wawa, the store. You have the Wawa Bowl, the Tin Can Alley, this area here where you can cut to the elbow, shaken not stirred. These are all really nice, especially if you're new to the area. You might want to just enjoy that. Then you have all these other areas that you can engage in as well that are able to get you back to this area. You have to hike up a little bit to get to the old Sunshine Lodge, and then from here you have access to some really nice runs all the way up here. Just a whole bunch of good stuff. I mean, it's just a whole bunch of good stuff. It's a little bit, more complicated on this side, but you can actually ski down from this area. So I remember going on some, I don't know, maybe it was this trail here, kind of gets narrow, but you could always go off. It's not terribly difficult. There's some rocks and stuff over there. And then also here in this Strawberry Express, if you just want to cruise around, nice little cruising areas here. So you could spend the whole time on Mount Standish and you could be happy. You could also go to, which one is this? This is is this Goat Mountain? No, this is Lookout Mountain, right? Lookout Mountain here. I went up to the Bye Bye Bowl. It's really nice, wide, but depends on what the weather was. Like the day that we were up here, I could barely see, and that's never one of my favorite conditions when you can't see. I like it on a nice bluebird. Everybody's different. Like I'm a bluebird day person. If you like being in gnarly conditions, great, but just be aware that you can't see in some of these places. But I do like this area. You have also this World Cup downhill, so you can see how you would do riding a downhill. It's not the only place where there's a downhill. There's one at Lake Louise as well. But again, here I mean, if you go up here, you're going to do some steeper stuff anyway. If you choose to go up here, always be very mindful when you make these choices. Know what terrain the lift services, so you don't go somewhere where you're not capable of skiing. Worst case scenario, pizza your way down. You'll be okay. All right. People are kind and generally they'll be nice to you in this area here. You also have a green trail that you can take around, or you can take one of these trails here. But a lot of this stuff is quite steep, so you just got to be mindful and be careful when you go down here. And yeah, so you can. So I spend most of the time over here. I don't know if we went up here or not. We may have. I can't really remember. So yeah, there's just lots of area to play with there. Even some smaller areas here. I did go here. This was real cute. This little jackrabbit. I think they did race training here, if I can remember. They did race training here, so you can actually go here and play on this race trail. If you like, so I like the kind of skiing that racers do. So I enjoy that a lot. So that's fun. So usually those are different kind of trails are groomed and wide, and you can make nice turns on them. These are a lot of fun. But this is a little cute little area here. My favorite area, though, of all was Goat Mountain. Is this Goat Mountain? Yes, Goat Eye Mountain. This place is spectacular. If you're going up the gondola, there's a station here you can get off, right? That'll take you to Goat Eye Mountain. You can also ski all the way down, and I've done that too. So here's the gondola base, right? There's parking here. You can ski all the way down there. That's fine too. But I love this area. It was so beautiful. These runs, all of them. Now, I didn't do any of the extreme thing. That's not on my bucket list. I'm a little if I was younger, I'm an old guy. If I was younger, I'd be more into that. But if I had to, I could. I'd probably be like slowly working my way down. But these blues here, oh my God, they're so scenic. So you see, there's no green train here, right? So you need at least some competence up here. I wouldn't, if you're just pizzaing all the way down, this isn't really for you. So you should be able to ski some. This is just the view. Like when you hit this, if you go on this trail right here, when you hit this curve here, I mean, the view is just beyond spectacular. I liked this trail. I like Wildfire. Yeah, I liked Rolling Thunder. It was awesome. Then you can so you can either go down Rolling Thunder all the way until you go to Sunshine Coast. Sunshine Coast is beautiful. So I did that, but you can also cut off here and then go down like either one of these where people can watch you ski down. That's always the best, right? Everybody watch you ski down. To me, this was worth it alone. I'd stay here actually the whole day if I could. So that would be my favorite. Here's a Jackrabbit quad that I told you about. So this is just like spectacular. Oh my God. It makes my mouth water thinking about it right now, right? If you want to get between them, you can go down here up from Upper TP Town, right? Somehow, I guess one of the lodges takes you here. Yeah, and then you can go across. Otherwise, you just take the correct lifts everywhere. All right, so that's Goat's Eye, and here's the village itself. So this is the base where this is past the Goat's Eye area, right? So this is past that. So this is like where I think the Wawa area is right over here. This is the main lodge. Really nice place. Interesting thing is if you're not going to Canada a lot, most of the workers who come there are from other Commonwealth nations. I believe that's what they're called. Like, so you have a lot of Australians, a lot of British individuals, Irish individuals, and such, right? Working there. So you have some fun talking to people about where they're from. I found it really great and good amenities, good gifts and things like that, right? And here's your base, right, where the parking is and where you catch the gondola. And again, you can ski down here from the top. Lots of good food, lots of everything. Poutine, all you want, all the poutine you want. Uh, so let's look at lift tickets. Lift tickets, all my favorite. So I went to the lift ticket window here, and you can see the prices. These are all in Canadian dollars and not in US dollars. Not extremely expensive as March. What March? I have March. Honestly, if I were going here, and I think I will be this year, March is the time to go. You get better snow. I know friends who went here 2 years ago earlier. They said, "Oh, there was no snow. It was terrible." I go in March, there's tons of snow. April, a lot of times you get these really nice western snowstorms coming later in the year. It snowed every day we were there. We were there during spring break in mid-March 2 years ago. But the prices are very reasonable. Look at that compared to what you see in the US. All right, if you have the icon, you get all three included. And here's just a picture of Banff. Banff is a very pretty town. So if you want a ski town, stay in Banff. So where and how to see the northern lights? You can see the northern lights. Also, I like the way the mountains are shaped here. They're very pointy. So I was told that this is because they're young, and the shorter mountains, like the ones we have in Pennsylvania, are older because they've been worn away by time. So, no, we don't have the height in Pennsylvania, but we have age. We're the older, the wiser mountains, if you will. This is a great town. I mean, so many shops and so many restaurants, so much fun things to do over there. I stayed in Canmore last time. I always rent like some kind of a condo in Canmore, which is on the way to Banff. I didn't mind the drive. I never have that problem at all. I don't need all the amenities. But Canmore was a fun town. First of all, a couple things I noticed. Trains, like lots of trains, long freight trains passing by. Lots of wildlife. Like elk everywhere, and I love elk. They're so cute looking. Even though they're big and they just like lounge around town, like they have no trouble in the world. I enjoy staying in Canmore. So I mean that's an option you have. Or you could drive from Banff if you want every day. I mean not from Banff, from Calgary if you want every day. It's up to you. All right, thank you everybody. I hope you enjoyed this. As usual, please subscribe. It helps me make more wonderful videos like this. Thank you. Bye.